sure. I think digital assets, no surprise. It's the shiny new object, the new thing that everybody's sort of like excited about. 2 or 3 years ago it was ESG. 5, 7 years ago it was smart beta. There's always something new that kind of captures everybody's imagination. It's like a new frontier. And, the core of the portfolio, as Sue mentioned, that bulk beta is largely had. Vanguard and BlackRock and State Street are going to battle that out. 1 basis point, 2 basis points cuts. There's not a lot going on there. But the fight for stuff that can accent or complement that 60/40 is red hot. So whether it's the Bitcoin ETFs or thematic ETFs, that's the area of the portfolio that a lot of the innovation is going to take place in. So that's where a lot of the product talk is. But there's also like some classic how to use ETFs in a portfolio, a lot of education that goes on here in between some of the more like sexy panels on Bitcoin and whatnot. So it's the conference has evolved over the years, and it's getting a little more just full of Wall Street firms too. That's another change that I've seen over the past 3 or 4 years.
Well, one question I had too: are there different types of people who are buying it, or institutions rather, that are getting into ETFs, given that we're seeing the innovation and products start to broaden out?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd say 70% of the ETF ownership is advisors. That's like the core market. They love ETFs. But institutions are about 10%, and then do-it-yourself retail, whatever the remaining areas would be, the retail. That's growing. I think do-it-yourself retail is probably the highest growing area. Institutions tend to use only very highly liquid ETFs. Over time, though, I think they'll evolve as mid and small-sized institutions sort of like stop the Yale model and look towards more like a Vanguard model to save costs. I think you will see some applications there. The bigger CalPERS type institutions, they're always going to go with private equity and the Yale model type stuff. But advisors, heart and soul, always will be. And the big reason they're so into ETFs is they changed the way they get paid. They used to get paid getting a commission from the mutual fund. Now they get paid as a percentage of client assets. That's called the fee-based model. Anywhere in the world where the fee-based model is growing, you'll see ETFs growing because now the advisors are more cost conscious because it comes out of their pocket now too. And that's really an underrated point in what's driving all the flows to ETFs.
Absolutely. We started with spot Bitcoin ETF. That's obviously a big theme for investors as they look to figure out their allocations and their model portfolios. Also, AI, top of mind as well, and Ozempic. What are the other big investing themes that are out there right now?
It's funny you mentioned AI. I've heard it twice already. But, there's not a ton of flows into AI thematic ETFs. But AI, I think, is going to be used more and more to assist how active does its job. And active is a huge growth area. So I think that is where we're going to see AI. And I do think that's an ongoing theme we'll see for the next 5 years. Now, AI thematic ETFs, not a big deal, but AI used in active, I think will be a big deal.
Eric Balchunas of Bloomberg Intelligence. Enjoy the conference and enjoy Miami while you can.
Thank you.
Still ahead, we drill down into